Welcome in, everybody. Well, we just ended our super awesome live. 12,000 views already. And so if you're watching this after you watched our live earlier, you might want to go back and check the like button because we were doing a deep dive into Monique Tepe's ex-husband just this morning. Hey, again, welcome in, ladies. Sorry to bring you out after we covered our live this morning, but the ex-husband has just been charged with murder. So, yes. So, wild. Welcome in, everybody. How two different lives can make such a great difference. Everybody thought, hey, we're done for the day. Yeah, y'all, we did such an amazing work on our live this morning. So if you're coming in now, go check it out. An hour and 48 minutes. We have, ladies, 14,000 views on that video. 14,000 views on that video this morning. The interesting timing of it all was as we were going through. Yes, so thank you to all of you who were here. As we're going through the ex-husband's data, we find out he's been charged with murder in connection. I am so happy to hear that they have a suspect. So according to 10 WBNS, I'm sure mainstream media, this is wild, but you're not surprised. Yeah, I'm sure mainstream media is going to be all over this now because this is breaking news. Let's close the ad here. Columbus police are asking for the public's help to identify a person of interest seen in the newly released video surveillance. Well, as of 1:52 p.m. Eastern, basically as we were wrapping up our live, we started at 11. It ran for, 2 hours? Just after we wrapped up our live, the breaking news today, Saturday, January 12th, 2026, is that Monique Tepe's ex-husband has been charged with the double murder of the couple. Let's read. Columbus, Ohio, a 39-year-old man is facing murder charges in connection with the deaths of a couple who were shot inside their Wayland Park home last week, according to court records. According to Franklin County Municipal Court records, Michael McKee is charged with 2 counts of murder in the deaths of 37-year-old Spencer Tepe and 39-year-old Monique Tepe. Documents from Franklin County Court of Common Pleas confirm that McKee is Monique's ex-husband. Reports say police were able to identify McKee through neighborhood video surveillance. He was reportedly tracked to a vehicle that arrived just before the shootings and left shortly thereafter. Welcome in, Hope. Yeah, this is just crazy. Reports say police were able to identify that McKee through the neighborhood video surveillance. So it was him in the video surveillance feed. Records say police were able to identify McKee through neighborhood video surveillance. He was reportedly tracked to a vehicle that arrived just before the shootings and left shortly after. Detectives were able to identify the vehicle and link it to McKee. According to court records, they later located the vehicle in Rockford, Illinois, and found evidence that McKee had ownership of the vehicle. According to the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office, website, McKee was booked on Saturday morning. He is scheduled to appear in court on Monday. Y'all, if it's going to be televised, hello, Donna, my dear. Sweetie, you missed an amazing live this morning, Donna. For anybody just coming in, go back and watch it because we covered the details of the ex-husband. And not an hour after we got off our live does this become breaking news. We ended that live. Well, we went from 11 to, I don't know, it was 2 hours, an hour and 38 minutes. We have 14,000 views on that live. So go ahead and check it out. In fact, if you haven't seen it, I will just put the link for you right now on that live. 14,000 views. Just ended it. And credit to the channels that recovered here today. We're taking a new approach on this channel, and that's promoting everybody else's work and covering everybody else's work and promoting it, because there's so many channels out there that do incredible deep dive work. And then I'm going to start to add my own deep dives, and being that we're watching so many channels and so much long live streams for like 5 hours and getting so much information, then I'm going to be able to go and start creating videos with a lot of detail. So yeah, so here's the live. If you missed it earlier, we just ended that. And well, let me just check how long it was. I can't remember. Let me check how long that video was. I think it's an hour and 38 minutes, and there's 14,000 views. Welcome in, nurse. So yes, breaking news here. It's already, just in case, love and light. Okay, Marie, are you here in the chat, honey? Just getting your email. Just getting your email. Oh, yeah. So we are covering, I don't think Marie's here because she's sending me an email about what we're talking about. Marie's another mod. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Yeah, well, at some point in time, because she must have given it to him, or maybe he knocked on the door and they let him in, guys. Maybe he knocked on the door and they let him in. We did report here yesterday, and I'm going to go back to the beginning of this article as more people come in here. We did report yesterday, although it was not verified, that Donna sent me the link, that there was a report from a neighbor that the Tepe couple, Monique and Spencer, were having a conversation that night, the night of their murders, outside, thank you, Bootsy, outside their home for about a half an hour. Now, we didn't report it more than once because, you just got to be careful when there's a one report. It's not fact yet. It's just, potentially an issue. So I'd be really curious to hear, now that there's an arrest, if we get a confirmation on that this ex-husband, who has now been charged with the murders, this is breaking news, of Monique and Spencer Tepe. It's so sad. It's so sad. But I'm so happy to hear that there's an arrest, and everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Of course, we have to say that. But it's not very often that we hear in the true crime community of somebody being charged and then released. I mean, it happens, but not often. And it sounds like, I'm going to start to read this article again. Everybody, please do the thumbs up. It so helps us. We're trying to grow this channel, and I'm trying to help other creators as well by doing long streams of various topics every day here. You can listen at work, And yes, now there'll be justice. Exactly, Wendy. And then I'm going to start doing my own deep dives. But by being able to cover so many different points of view this week in the Tepe case, I feel like we know a lot here, on this channel from having done that. And I want to continue to do that. And then we're going to always cover missing kids cases. So we're going to keep our lives starting at 11 till 2 or 3, Monday through Friday. Again, this morning I did a shorter one. But like we did in the cases that are top of mind, because it's really cool at the beginning to get all the insight. Not a cool situation, but if you're a true crime junkie, like I know you are, like I am, we like all the deets, right? We like all the deets. And this morning we were showing rather, Plunder and Truth and Transparency's deep dives. Go check out our live this morning. You're welcome, Wendy. And we were showing their brilliant work. In fact, I'm going to go back and put links to their websites in the description. We give them full credit whenever we're showing another channel's amazing content. And please go subscribe to those channels if you haven't already. And of course, subscribe here if you're new. But yeah, so we were just talking about the ex-husband. And don't we get off our live stream that's got 14,000 views only to learn this breaking news that he's been charged and is in custody. Let's go through the article. Again, this is January 10th, Saturday, January 10th. It is currently 2:20 p.m. Eastern, and this article broke news at 1:52 p.m. Eastern today, January 10th, 2026. Ex-husband charged with the murder in connection to the deaths of the Wyland Park couple. According to Franklin County Municipal Court records, Michael McKee, is charged with 2 counts of murder in the deaths of Spencer and Monique Tepe. Columbus, Ohio, a 39-year-old man is facing murder charges in connection with the deaths of a couple who were shot inside their Wyland Park home last week, according to court records. According to Franklin County Municipal Court records, Michael McKee is charged with 2 counts of murder in the deaths of 37-year-old Spencer Tepe and 39-year-old Monique Tepe. Documents from the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas confirm that McKee is Monique's ex-husband. Records say police were able to identify McKee through neighborhood video surveillance. He was reportedly tracked to a vehicle that arrived just before the shootings and left shortly after. Y'all, I wonder if that's the video they showed us. Is that the video they showed us? I'm sure. Detectives were able to identify, well, I can't say I'm sure. I assume, maybe, perhaps. Detectives were able to identify the vehicle and link it to McKee. According to court records, they later located the vehicle in Rockford, Illinois, and found evidence that McKee had ownership of the vehicle. According to Winnebago, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, County Sheriff's Office website, McKee was booked on Saturday morning. He is scheduled to appear in court on Monday. And boy, if that's a live court feed, you bet we're going to be here for it. The timeline of events. December 30th, Columbus police were called on a well-being check around 10 a.m. in the 400 block of North 4th Street after co-workers and friends reported they had not heard from the couple. Officers later found Spencer and Monique dead inside the residence. Several co-workers of Spencer, a dentist who practiced at a clinic in Athens, called 911 after he failed to show up for work and could not be reached. Callers told dispatchers the lack of contact was out of character and raised concerns that something may have happened to the family. According to the 911 calls released by authorities, coworkers reported being unable to reach either Spencer or Monique and said the situation was becoming increasingly concerning. Police initially checked the home but did not see anything suspicious. They're not mentioning that they went to the wrong address. We covered that this morning. If you want to go check that out, they did go to the wrong address. So arrived 40 minutes to an hour later. Additional 911 calls were made as coworkers and friends gathered at the house, reporting they could hear children inside, but were unable to get anyone to answer the door. A friend later gained entry to the home and found Spencer's body. Police said both Spencer and Monique had been shot. We also covered this morning, go check that live out, that they did make it inside the friends, and you can actually hear. In fact, yesterday I said, I wonder if there's another 911 call we haven't heard yet. Sure enough, there was. My spidey sense was right, and we heard that this morning. Another 911 call where you can hear them, the caller who's on the phone with 911, talking to the Tepe's 4-year-old little girl. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard. And it explains, the video goes in to explain, Plunder does an amazing job of going in to explain why she extrapolates from that to be the reason he wasn't so forthcoming with some details on that call, because he was trying to protect the 4-year-old by not saying, the details, because the 4-year-old is clearly with him and he's talking to her in that call. We also learned and confirmed this morning on that live, go check it out, that um the um oh my god, what was I going to say? That the call that was made was validated by the other call that was made in April was not from the Tepe home. It was somebody that did call from that home, but it was not Monique Tepe, and they did confirm that. Law enforcement confirmed that this morning. So go check that out. So let's finish this article up. This is wild, wild, wild. According to the 911 calls released by authorities, coworkers reported being unable to reach either Spencer or Monique and said the situation was becoming increasingly concerning. Police initially checked the home but did not see anything suspicious. Additional 911 calls were made as coworkers and friends gathered at the house, reporting they could hear children inside but were unable to get anyone to answer the door. And on that call, he actually says, I know I'm repeating it, but he actually says on the third call, I don't know if I should break the door down at this point in time. And then we heard, and it's confirmed again, reported this morning, we did, that they got in through the back door. Investigators said no weapon was found at the scene and there were no signs of forced entry. According to a Columbus police report, detectives found spent 9mm shell casings at the scene. January 2nd now, Columbus police began seeking the public's help, asking that anybody who may have video, photos, or any other digital evidence related to the incident to submit it using a specialized QR code. The area in question ranged from Summit Street to North Grant Avenue and East 7th Avenue to East 11th Avenue. The initial time frame police were interested in was midnight to 9 a.m. on December 30th. Later that day, Spencer and Monique's family released a statement. The full statement can be read below. Our family is devastated by the tragic and senseless loss of Spencer and Monique. They were extraordinary people whose lives were filled with love, joy, and deep connection to others. Spencer was a devoted and proud father, a loving partner, and a friend to everybody he met. He was an intelligent, warm, and endlessly welcoming, a gratitude of the Ohio State University, and a member of the American Dental Association. Spencer was fluent in Spanish and deeply committed to serving others. He gave back through Big Brothers, Big Sisters, a huge Bengal and Bungai's fan, and lived life with energy, laughter, and generosity. Monique was a loving patient, a joyful mother whose warmth defined her. With a background in childhood education, she brought care and intention into everything she did. She was an excellent baker, a thoughtful planner, and somebody who found joy in bringing people together. Her kindness made people feel instantly at home. Together, Spencer and Monique shared a beautiful, strong, and deeply happy relationship. They loved to travel and to build a life rooted in love. They were the proud parents of two beautiful children and their beloved golden doodle, and they created a home filled with warmth, happiness, and connection. I mean, we are heartbroken beyond words. While no outcome can ever undo this loss, our family is committed to seeing this tragedy fully and fairly brought to justice and to honoring Spencer and Monique by protecting the future of the children they loved so deeply. I mean, how tragic is that? Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. You're wondering now if the friends at work knew something. Well, when I was gonna say it, it is so sad, Wendy. I was gonna say it earlier. I was gonna mention the fact that in Plunder's video, she was addressing that they had gone back, and we don't know why, but there had been additions in 2026. And I'm so interested to hear what those additions, or not in 2026, rather in 2025, were to the divorce case, because something new must have just been added to that, right? It's such a horrible loss for sure. Very sad case, says Marie. It breaks my heart to know the sweet children. Yeah, I know, honey. I know. You know what? I just realized I'm only streaming one. Hang on, let me make sure I'm streaming both. Hang on, because I can only see, no, I got them both up. Okay, I got them both now, I think. Okay, so anyway, it is a very sad, yes, that's what's up. It's just a horrible loss. It's sad. It's very, very sad. Yeah, it breaks my heart for the babies. Absolutely. January 5th, police released a video of a person of interest in the case. They said the individual was walking in an alley near Spencer Monique's home between 2 and 5 a.m., which narrowed their timeline in question. The footage does not clearly show the person's face, but investigators hope someone could recognize their clothing and mannerisms or the way the person walks. Let's watch that video now. Now, they're not stating, and we don't know definitively that this is the ex-husband that's been arrested, but nonetheless, we've seen it before, but let's make sure you can see it. We'll watch it again here because there's distinct walk he has. Well, it's even sadder now when you realize that likely, because as we reported again this morning, and of course he's innocent until proven guilty. We have to say that. It's a fact. But he has been arrested. And just this morning, we were reporting on the fact that he had been rumored to still, not want the divorce, was signing off, your husband, that he claims that he would move next door. Like he was quite in love with Monique when the divorce still. And, you wonder now, we hear all the police that we listened to this week saying in their reports, this seems personal. Somebody that knew them, this was personal. And so it makes it incredibly that much sadder when we see that video, and I'll see if I can pull it up and we can play it here in tribute to them. The brother-in-law who did the interviews that we watched was the photographer, that videographer that did the wedding video of them, and everybody said, so full of rage, yeah. Everybody says, how much in love they were, and you could feel that in their video, and how genuinely beautiful they were, and I'm gonna cry. How he took the time to volunteer with Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and how much everybody loved him, his coworkers, his neighbors, his neighborhood, and his, it's really sad because, I heard the brother in one of the interviews we played, the brother-in-law said that they were the community, they brought the community together in their parties. They literally were that all-American couple, full of happiness and joy and love and reaching out to do the best they can for their families, their friends, the coworkers who were family, and friends all in one to them, it appears. And we're so well respected, um, that, your coworkers would drive out and say, "This isn't like him, there's something wrong." Now, maybe they knew more too, we don't know. I'm sure we will get more details now. That's always the case in true crime. We'll get more details and we will stay on it here on this channel and try to be the first to break it to you like this. Um, there was another channel, I should say Truth and Transparency brought it to light, but she just did a live and she didn't bring the article out, and I didn't want to report on it without actually seeing it reported. I've got another article, so there's 2 articles reporting on this. Let's keep going with this article now. Excuse me. January 9th, the obituary and funeral arrangements were released. That's yesterday for Spencer and Monique. Their families remembered the couple as the life of the party and generous with kind hearts. I don't know if that's the end of the article. I think that is. Let's get the other article up here. So sad. So sad. Just let me blow my nose for a second here. Everybody, please do the thumbs up for me. I'll be okay, everybody. Thank you for your patience. I almost said something, but I was so tired at the end of that live this morning. But I did. I wanted to say, like, should have said it, but I didn't. But it's so curious now in hindsight when it was recorded by Plunder, well, both channels. I think we've said it, we've heard it that before this week that the divorce documents had been reopened. And, they divorced officially in 2017 and then they were reopened and in 2025, and it really makes one wonder what, why, what's in that, Marie says, now we know why all the coworkers and friends were so concerned. They knew about this man's behavior, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? And yeah, and maybe there is something to that document that was added. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have access to them. So it's just interesting now. Of course, the police would have known that, right? The police would have known that. Oh man, I'm curious to also learn whether or not that is him on the video. I'm making the assumption, but we really can't say for sure. Let's watch this video here. Rewatched this again this morning, or just a minute ago, rather. Let's watch it again. That is courtesy of Columbus Dispatch. Let me just get the banner up here. Okay. So this reads, this article, the ex-husband of a woman found shot to death with her current husband December 30th in Columbus's Wyland Park neighborhood has been charged with murder in, it says the deaths. Yeah, okay, I would have said their deaths, but in the deaths. Yeah. Michael David McKee, 39, of Chicago, faces 2 counts of murder, according to Franklin County Municipal Court documents. Oh, and by the way, this was just released today, Saturday, January 10th at 2:36 p.m. Eastern. It's 2:39 p.m. now. So, yeah, pretty fresh news. According to the online court records, a warrant was issued January 10th, that's this morning, for McKee's arrest. Winnebago County, Illinois Sheriff Office records indicate he was booked into jail there shortly before noon. He will remain there until authorities extradite him back to Franklin County. Winnebago County court records show McKee is scheduled for a hearing there on January 12th, likely an extradition hearing to begin the process of his return to Ohio. Wow. Doesn't Ohio have the death penalty? Monique Tepe, 39. Just saying, I'm curious because it's such a national case. There's a lot of people. He was a dentist. They were the all-American family. Just saying, I'm wondering if I'm wondering if they'll try the death penalty here. Monique Tepe, 39, and Spencer Tepe, 37, died December 30th, just after their 5-year wedding anniversary, after being found shot inside their home on the 1400 block of North 4th Street in Wyland Park. The couple's 2 young children, both under the age of 5, were found physically unhurt inside their home. Let's go through the photos here. What a tragedy. So sad. It's the photo of the outside. There's the shot, the aerial. It's their corner house right here. And the video of the man walking is the alleyway here. And we did report this week, Gray Hughes Investigates did a video where you come to, it appears, well, Gray's assuming that he doesn't walk here through this patch of grass. He's assuming in his video that he comes down from the road and he comes in the alleyway behind, and then he jumps the fence and comes in through the back door, which also makes, now I'm just putting 2 together, in this morning's report, we showed, oh God, I'm getting them confused. Was it this morning? Maybe it was yesterday's. We showed that there was, we heard, rather, it was confirmed that it was this morning, that they got in, the friends got in, and it was through the back door. So now this makes complete sense. If he came in, jumped the fence, hypothetically, we don't know for sure that this video is the ex-husband, but if he went through the back door and then he left maybe through the front door or again through the back door, and the door didn't lock, like it didn't automatically lock because he didn't press it or whatnot, maybe it was unlocked when they got there. Or, of course, maybe they had the code. They also had the code and got in that way. Good morning, Marie. Good afternoon for us, but good morning for you, or for me anyways. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so go watch this morning's live to anybody new. Around 15,000 views on it now. So excited. Taking a new direction on this channel. And yeah, 15,000. We just ended it at like 12, just before 1 o'clock Eastern, 2.5 hours, 3 hours ago. Because we covered this information about the ex-husband. So we're still going to cover missing kids cases. We're still covering Jack and Lilly. We're going through a review. And as the channel grows, I'm going to go back and add Sebastian. But for those that weren't here for our lives this week, I'm doing 11 to through 3 p.m. Every day, the top cases of the day. So this week we did Tepe and Reiner. Next week I'm going to go into Gus Lamont and anything else new, or I've got a list of cases that I want to cover. There's a wild stuff out there right now in true crime, and we're going to continue to review Jack and Lilly. And so this case has been a wild, interesting case because every professional out there has been, wondering who was behind this. Here's the Columbus police responding when they got to the right house. Regrettably, they went to the wrong house first. Here it is with this police tape outside. Oh, so they, they taped the car next door too. I don't think I need to read all of what's under each picture, right, everybody? If you want me to, I will. I promise I'll go back if you want me to. It's all about you guys. Oh, and we heard this morning. We heard this camera reference this morning. Am I not moving forward? Damn. Sorry, y'all. I thought I was moving forward. Okay. Let's try that again. I was going through the photos. Let me make sure I'm going through them for you. Because we heard this morning, I don't know if it's going to let me. I think I'll just have to forget it. Yeah, maybe it's down here. Let me just keep going. I think it's this. What did that one say? Maybe I will read it. Oh, this one. Okay, so this morning, it's not fast forwarding, for the love of God. Hang on, let me see if I can go back. Stop sharing and go back out because I really want to show you this. There we go. There we go. Can you see it? There you go. Because it's afternoon you there. I know, sweetie. I know. I was just teasing you. Just teasing you, Marie. So yeah, this morning when we covered this, this afternoon for Marie, honey, it was shown that there was in the police dispatch conversation, the officer says, did somebody turn the camera? Did we get there's a camera right there on front of the house. Did somebody turn that camera around? So that was also interesting. So I'm wondering if that detail will be confirmed, or was he just curious? Or yeah. Yeah, wild case. Do you want me to read everything under the pictures, everybody? I guess I could, and then we'll call it a wrap. I'll see if I can find the video as a tribute to them. But I have a feeling. Oh, so sad, everybody. I'm not sure. I think that might be, I haven't got to the bottom yet. I think that's how the article is actually written. So sad, everybody. I'm just thinking of those two kids, man. I'm really happy to hear that the uncle said that as far as he knew so far. Yeah, that article is just the written under each of the photos. Sorry, everybody. Duh. I can blame it on my cold today, can't I? I've just not seen one like that before. Okay. So sad. Let me take a sip of water. A postman walks January 2nd past the home where the Columbus police found Monique Tepe, 39, and Spencer Tepe, 37, dead at their residence on December 30th, 2025. Wild. Monique Tepe, 39, and Spencer Tepe, 37, were found dead December 30th at their residence at 1411 North 4th Street. They lived in the second house from the coroner in the drone image. The cross street is E8 Avenue. This is according to the Dorel Chenweth Columbus Dispatch. The Columbus Dispatch. The Columbus police responded to 1411 North Street, right, where they found Monique Tepe, 39, and Spencer Tepe, 37, at the residence. Spencer had been shot multiple times, according to a radio run long obtained via a public records request. Police found two young children at the home. A Columbus police spokesman said December 30th that there were no indications a murder-suicide had occurred, but could not provide further details. Columbus police responded to 411 North 4th Street, where they found Monique Tepe. That's the same text. A Columbus police officer adjusts crime scene tape after officers responded to 1411 North 4th Street, where they found Monique Tepe, 39, and Spencer Tepe, 37, dead at the residence. Spencer had been shot multiple times, according to a radio run log obtained via a police records request. Police found two young children at the home. A Columbus police spokesman said December 30th there were no indications of a murder-suicide that occurred, but could not provide further details. And this is the same text. So this really, Monique and Spencer Tepe were found dead December 30th, 2025 in Columbus, Ohio. The couple's two young children were physically unharmed inside the home along with their dog. Columbus police responded to 1411 North 4th Street, where they found Monique Tepe, 39, and Spencer Tepe, 37, dead at the residence. These police cameras are located about 150 feet from home. Spencer had been shot multiple times, according to a radio run log obtained via a public records request. Police found two young children at the home. A Columbus police spokesman said December 30th there was no indicators a murder-suicide had occurred, but could not provide further details. Columbus Dispatch reporter Shahid McGann uses his phone to record the distance between the pole-mounted cameras and the victim's home. After Columbus police responded to 1411 North 4th Street, where they found Monique Tepe, 39, and Spencer Tepe, 37, dead at the residence. Spencer had been shot multiple times. I'm not going to keep reading the same. They're just putting the same text pretty much that we've already read here. Well, everybody, let's see if I can find. That is so sad. That is so sad. I just want to see if I can find. the tribute to them video. Wow. Hang on, I just don't know. That's not the right one. We'll do it another day. We'll do it another day because I'm sure there'll be more to report. So, yeah, I know. I know. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here. We will see you Sunday night at 4 p.m. Eastern, unless something else breaks on the case. Cheers. Thank you for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you to all the beautiful, wonderful mods as well. Cheers.